So, I just got done watching the first full episode of Regular Show The Lost Tapes called Fix That Tape and Skips Luau, and now I'm going to be giving a first impressions on it. So don't expect this to be like an in-depth review or anything. This is the Regular Show revival that just premiered on May 11th, 2026. And I wanted to get my thoughts out on it while it's still like brand new or whatever. Now the episode was kind of glitching out a little bit on my end when I was trying to watch it, so sorry if there's some scenes or some lines that I didn't get to fully hear. Maybe I'll try to watch some of this episode again later if I can find a better copy of it. I will go ahead and preface this with my background on Regular Show, the original. Again, I didn't watch much of the original show. I knew of it. I did see some advertising for it, even back in 2010, 2011, when it like first came out. Again, of course, that was a long time ago by this point, and I was still a kid. Again, I wasn't like the biggest Cartoon Network guy growing up, and this one of the reasons I didn't really watch that much Regular Show growing up. I didn't really grow up with Regular Show like some other people did. Not a part of my childhood much or anything like that. Again, I was probably busy watching other shows in like 2011, 2010, 14, all that stuff. Although, for the sake of it, I did get around to watching a little bit of Regular Show a couple years back. And I do like what I've seen of the original show, although I didn't really get huge into it. I've only watched probably about 5 episodes total from the original Regular Show, and I know there's like 244 of them in total that they made. So that, again, there's just a lot of this show that I just haven't watched before. Although I have heard about some of the other episodes or watched like out of context or clips from some of them, including that finale, which I know people call that like a real tear jerker, and it is definitely has some emotional moments with Pops dying in the finale and the park moving on with their lives, which is relevant to bring that up because that Regular Show finale continues on and into the Lost Tapes, actually. But like I said, I wasn't really much of a huge Regular Show guy for the original show or growing up or anything like that. Although, when I heard they were making this new version, the Lost Tapes, I was skeptical at first, especially with them bringing back the show almost a decade later in 2026. But I was like, you know what? I didn't give the original show that much fair chances or whatever. So I could actually watch this Lost Tapes version and try to actually take it more seriously and truly look at it, especially now that I'm older than when the original show was airing. So yeah, like I said, my Regular Show knowledge is very limited because I've only seen a few episodes of the original show. But anyways, let's go on to this Lost Tapes version. The first segment, Fix That Tape, picks up right where the Regular Show finale ended by showing Pops in heaven, and after destroying his Regular Show tape, he goes to a department store to try finding some more Regular Show VHS tapes to relive some memories from when he used to be on Earth and what his old friends were like. The second segment, Skips Luau, has Mordecai and Rigby being tasked with trying to take out the trash, but they don't want to miss Skip's burger party at a beach, so they build a hovercraft to try and speed up the process. But along the way, they attract some negative attention from the government, who mistakes their hovercraft for being aliens. So now that I just got done watching the full episode, or these two segments, I will give my thoughts on it. I liked it. I do think it's good. These two segments had some good plots with the right amount of action in them, but not too much either. It doesn't feel overwhelming. I do like the first segment where we get to see what Pop's life has been like in heaven. While I don't think these segments were super funny, they did still get a small amount of chuckles from me, and the plots were able to hold my attention at the very least. I was kind of engaged with what was going on, and I wanted to see where it was going, because some of it was unpredictable. Well, to be fair, the original regular show was like that as well, taking things in weird supernatural directions in ways that you cannot predict. And I'm happy to see this new show, The Lost Tapes, is continuing that as well, with having some kind of a catch or twist in the story that you don't see coming, and is enough to keep you engaged to see what is going to happen next. The animation in The Lost Tapes is good, with some nice fluid movements. The animation is definitely an upgrade from the original regular show, which only seemed inevitable, and I was expecting it to, because The Lost Tapes is being produced like 9 years after the original regular show ended on January 16th, 2017. I do want to note, Crick, that there were some references to the original show in the Fix the Tape segment, where some actual clips and moments from original episodes of the show can be seen on one of the tapes that Pops is watching. Like I said earlier, I wasn't a much of a big regular show guy, so like I only vaguely noticed some of these references, but again, I'm sure if somebody out there like was a big fan of the original regular show or whatever, they would be able to pick up on these references to the old show a lot more than I would. Like, they would know what exact episodes those scenes are from, the ones they're referencing in the tape that Pops is watching. There are some good character interactions in this episode, and don't worry, they got all the original voice actors back for the main characters. So all the main characters still sound the same in the Lost Tapes, just like they did in the original show. So yeah, this episode, or these two segments, were a good watch for me. I did enjoy it. Again, if you're into regular show at all, again, this Lost Tapes version is much like the original, for what I remember. So if you think, oh, they made it worse or something, don't worry, it still feels like much of the same. Like, a lot of the quirky lines and funny moments are still there, along with some action. Now, granted, I know this is still only the first episode, and I, of course, have no idea what the rest of the show is going to be like. But for now, I'll just say that this was a good start to the series. It does give me some confidence this will be just like the original show in terms of the characters, the writing, especially the voice acting, and all that good stuff. This first episode was a nice taste of things to come, and if they keep this quality up, it could also be a good show, or a jolly good show, just like Pops would say in the original. If you're into the original regular show at all, or you want to become a fan of this franchise, then I would say, yeah, give The Lost Tapes a watch. It is worth it, and it does feel just like a continuation of the original regular show, complete with the voice actors and same writing quality that made for some funny moments in the original show and this Lost Tapes version. So yeah, that was my first impressions on regular show The Lost Tapes. It's good so far, and I'm hoping that when more episodes come out, those will also be good. I am hopefully gonna try and check out some more episodes of this show as they come out. I'll see how much I keep up with it or whatever, or if I could, how much I continue watching this. Even though I do like what I've seen so far, so I'd be open to checking out some more episodes of the show. Of course, once they're available and all that stuff. Well, sorry, I just had to do that. Anyway, that's going to be it for my regular show, The Lost Tapes First Impressions video. So, goodbye.